Ooh, I forgot to rename the stream. That stream title is actually not bad. It's not a bad title at all. We'll roll with that. So yeah, I mean, live craps with Q&A. Come ask your questions and play with us. That works. Friday night. Yeah, we'll throw a Friday night to it. Let's see. Do we can we go live on this place yet? No. All right. That one gonna go. We'll try that. Just getting this stuff rocking and rolling. None of you are here yet anyway, so I've got time. Go click live video, go to title, make it public. Go next. Copy the stream key. Go over here, edit, paste in the stream key. Go over here and click live. Yeah, come on. That one says it's streaming. That one says it's streaming. That one says it's sending data. Let's try that. And then we'll try turning it back on. Unable to connect, offline. And I may have to kickstart this thing. I'll probably do that. I'll stop it. And we'll Wi-Fi when it's working. I'm gonna move that down there. Wi-Fi when it's working. I'm gonna move that down there. Okay, we go over here, hit live. Yeah, that part showed. Over here, click go live. Still sending data. One streaming. If you're out there, say hello on so far YouTube. I see ya. Those things. Kick seems to be having an issue, and if so, whatever. I guess it'll be an issue. One YouTube channel seems to be having an issue. Hey, it looks like there's 5 of you out there. All right, that's good enough. Let's go to we'll go to YouTube and tackle that and get ready to go. If you guys are out there, give me a thumbs up. I too am giving a thumbs up, like, yeah. Hey, that actually looks good. Go with this, blah blah blah, and there we go, and save. And there we go. I'm gonna pop this over into a separate window. There we go. There's the live stream. There. Hey, yeah, that's audio. And where's the live chat? The chat. And over here, and I should be able to see the chat. And hello, Francesca. How are you? All right. It looks like it's working in some places. I'm gonna move this. That lets me know it's working. You may notice. You may not notice, right? If it's your first time here, you may notice we have more light than we usually have. And I say that because I just added this lamp right up here, which I can like go, woo, I can change up. You can't see the actual light itself. That's fine. You don't need to see the light itself. What is the difference between a place bet and a buy bet? That's a great question, Rainy Girl. We'll kind of get rolling right into that. Before we even throw any dice or anything, that is an amazing question. All right. Rainy Girl, you're typically going to experience buys on the 4 and 10. Not always, but you can. So I'm gonna break down what a place bet and a buy bet looks like, and kind of what the payout and such like that works, if that helps for you. So, let's say you're at it's a $5, $10, $15 table or something like that, and you give yourself a $15 four, right? That's a place bet, and you're not gonna buy anything less than $20, because you're not. So I'm going to show you, but if we were to place the 4 for $20 versus if we bought the 4 for $20. So what happens there is to buy the 4, it's going to cost you $1, right? Can I see that there? Yeah, it's going to cost you $1 to buy the 4. So basically you're in for $21. What's the difference on this, right? The difference here is if you place the 4, you're going to get paid $9 for every 4, right? So what's 4 times 9 is 36, right? So we're gonna break out some chips here to make 36. So it's gonna be 10, 20, 30, 5, 6. So if you place the 4, your $20 is gonna pay you $36, right? Versus if you buy the 4, your $20 plus 1. Some places make you pay it up front, some pay you after the fact. But if you buy it, you're going to get paid true odds, and true odds are 2 to 1. So in that particular case, you're going to get paid 2 to 1, just like that. So you're going to get paid $40. Or if you consider, oh, well, it cost me $1, you're getting paid $39. But 39 is better than 36, you know, because math, right? So that's the power of the place bet versus the buy bet. Can you buy the 5 or 9? You can. So we'll talk about buying the 5 and 9 for a moment here. So place bet on a 5. We're going to do a $20 place bet, right? Every 5 pays $7, right? So that'll be, let's see, that's 20, right? 10 pays 14, 20 pays 28, right? So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 3. Let me get rid of that $1 there. So this place bet of $20 is getting paid $28, right? If I were to have bought the 5, and you will buy it in increments of $3, because $2. So if I bought it and it would cost me, effectively $1. Instead of getting paid, what did I say? This was 28. Instead of getting paid 28. I would instead get paid, how much is that? $30. So, in a way, because of that $1 vig, I made an extra $1, right? So I get paid $29 instead of $28. It's not bad. It's just, if you're gonna buy the 5 or 9, buy it on a digital table, because you're gonna confuse most dealers who don't know how to handle buys on the 5s and 9s and stuff like that. You can do it. I've done it. And there's absolutely no point in buying the 6 or 8. So, you can. I've done it before. It's just you confuse the table and you end up costing yourself more money than you need to. So those are definitely things that I can cover. So let me ask that question. Does it answer your question, Rainy Girl? And can I press it then? You can always press it. So let's go through the model on, and this is a very common one that I do when I do my 60 outside. Let's say I've got $15 place bet on the 4. And then we throw a 4. A $15 place bet on the 4 pays $27. So what I'll do there is I will buy the 4 for $40, which cost me a $2 vig. And the vig on any buy bet is 5%. So, again, whatever that happens to be, which is $1 for every 20. So in that case, I do a power press. I don't get any change back, but my $15 becomes 40. If you've ever seen my power press, that 40, if it hits, hey, we threw it again, like, awesome. Then it becomes 115. Again, remember, I'm only in for $15, and suddenly it's $115. And if it hits again, let's say, I take that all the way up to $329, but with no change. Which is, again, 3 hits. Went 15, 40, 115, 329. And then if it hits again, you're making money. That's a big one. And remember, at the end of the day, you're only in for $15, but suddenly you got $329, and then on that next hit, it's going to pay $329 times 2, right? 600 and something change. At that point, I would press it to 500 or take it all down. So basically, my $15, I take that down for $1,000. And you know what? I'll take that. That's a fun way to do it. Especially if you've got someone who keeps throwing like 4s or 10s. You know what I mean? All these systems that I have on my 60 outside are designed around this power press kind of thing. I'll walk you through the 5 real quick, and a power press as well. It starts as a $15 5, because remember, the whole point of it is it's 60 outside, right? It's 15 each on the 4, 5, 9, and 10, or 60 action, right? But we'll talk about the 5, or 5 and 9. $15 gets paid 21, right? So and we full power press that, so that becomes $36. $36 gets paid $50. It's like 50 and 40 cents, but again, we're not getting that extra money because this is, they don't have 40 cents on the table. So this 36 becomes 86. If it hits again, it becomes 205, and I get $1 back. And the reason I take that $1 down is so I don't confuse the dealers who don't know how to pay 206. You're going to confuse enough people that it's worth it just taking $1 back. And if that one hits, we're up to $490, right? So it's 490. There we go, 490. So suddenly we went from 15 to 36 to 15 to 36 to 86 to 205 to 490. And then sometimes if I don't get another 5 on the next roll, I'm like, yeah, give me my 5 back. I'll take this $500, in my pocket or something like that. Hopefully they don't immediately 7 out. Could I drop $10 to make it 500? Yes. But the goal of these systems is to keep the money on the table and not to put new money on the table. That way, if you're like, I'm out for $60, you're out for 60. You're not throwing 62 and 75 and this and that. Suddenly, you know where your risk is at, and that risk has very high chances of return. Again, if you've got a shooter that's shooting pretty well, and we can play some of these things out in reality. Let me go see. I'm prone to hitting 1 or 2 numbers a lot, and that's exactly. Come play with us. I'm a big fan of everything you're saying there, Rainy Girl. If you can pull that off, we are huge fans of exactly that. So, we can get a little action going here. We play this as all tall, small, and fire bets because we have all tall, small, and fire bets on the table. We're gonna grab some dice. I put all the dice over there. We're gonna grab from this stack of dice. We're gonna pick we're picking all the 3s and 4s is what we're gonna pick from. There's a 4, there's a 3, there's a 3, all right? And out of those ones, we're going to pick, we'll take these 2. That way we've chosen something. And we'll turn all this stuff off. Turn that off, and let's kind of get rock and rolling here. We're going to buy in for, we're going to buy in for, say, 600. Just because that's an easy stack to pick up. There we go. Yeah, we're going to buy in for 600, right? So that's 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, and then 600. All right. We're going to play everywhere we need to be. We're going to play our full action. Mind you, should never do that, as a cold shooter. But we're going to grab the all tall, small, and the implied fire bet because that just kind of exists out there. We're going to put our action we would normally have out, and we'll just move whatever happens to hit for odds. So the action we play is 60 outside, 60 on the 8, 30 on the 6, which is to say that's 60 plus 60, 120, plus 30, 150 action. It's not, you can't order that, give me this 150 action, because there's not a request for 150 action. Because there's so many differences on that stuff, but that's okay. We're going to get some extra red because we need some change. It's a $50 red. There we go, $50 red. All right. Let's pick up our dice, and we're going to rock and roll it. We're going to go, let's see, we're going to do our standard 4s and 5s. And we started with it come out 4. That's not so bad. So there comes our little 4. We hit the little 4 there, 4, 4, 4. we take our points on, we take this down for odds, which is, since we have a $10 pass line, we're getting $30 odds, right? Which is max odds. Here's our 4, and now we're going to keep it going. maybe we can pull off something nice here. That would be nice. Six. Whew. That ran more than I wanted it to. That's okay, because it ran exactly where I needed it to go. So how we power press these ones are 30 gets paid 35. So we take a nickel, and our $30 becomes $60. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Take a hard 4. All right. How much we want to do a hard 4? We'll grab all the Hardways. Actually, no, you're right. Yeah, just because the point is 4, we'll grab a hard 4 with that nickel we just got paid, because that way we're keeping that money on the table. Good on you there, Rainy Girl. That's a good idea. Since we had extra money, right? All right, let's. 3. Okay, I love that 3. From an all tall, small standpoint, I love that 3. I'm knocking myself down there. 3 coming along. Doot, 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 doot. I put those dice way, way, way far out there. 29. What is, I don't know what that means. Just because I'm saying I don't know what that means. All right, let's see. Dice set. Dice are out. We got us the 4. We got us the 1 and the 3. There we go. Do, 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 do. But it came soft. So we lose this nickel here. That's fine. We're going to get paid over here. 2 of those and 4 of those. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's off. Those things are fine. We get our first fire on it. Yep, fire on the 4. Looking good. Pass line action is where it is. Picking up our dollar money action. And I'm going to read the chat here in 1 second. As I just get all my chips where they are. Let's get out of the Hardway. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. All right. Let's see. We're setting ourselves up as we do. We have no protection out there. So often we'll have a, like a craps check or something like that, but we're not going to have any protection. We're hoping to throw a 5 right now. We threw a yo. Well, I mean, if somebody had a horn, we would have made extra money there. So we threw a yo. Yo, 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 yo. And we get paid over here. $10 action, yo. Okay. Picking them up. And any other questions you guys have, don't hesitate. Right? It's no better time to ask them when there's a question. Ooh, 8. All right, our point is 8. There's good and bad about that being our point. All right, I'll break down what that is. I love 8 as a non-point because I bet so much on the 8. So we bring the 4 back this time for $40 instead of the 15 original was, since we did hit that one. But we take this money down and we get max odds. So that kind of happens there. We have our 8. We're rock and roll. Winter, watch out for the stick. I don't want you to get banged by the stick. Winter has come to visit. Shema. Chocolate? Go talk Mama. Chocolate.
No, Daddy, it's
And we threw a 6. Give me 5 for 6. All right. So the 6 right now, which has $60 on it. 60 pays 70, right? Because that's how math works. What we do in this particular case is we take $4 and we take it to 126. So our $60 6 now became a $126 6. If it happens again, it goes to 270, which is good times. And if it happens again, then we go to 500. 3. Okay, doesn't help, doesn't hurt. 1 and 2. All right, what's your beep beep? I don't want to beg you with the stick. All right, we have our dice set. Shema. Shema? What? I'll give you some in a second. All right, my dice fell short, which was scary, but you want this kind of red? Yes. Oh, here you go. But it did come 9, so we're happy about it becoming 9. There's our 9. Go bring down this 9. Right now, our 9 over here is $15. It gets paid 21, which we now take it to 36. So it's now a $36 9. World bets can be quite favorable. Absolutely. Now, did you know, technically, it's called a whirl bet. Even though it's, some tables will literally have the words world bet on it. And I don't know if that's a light and wonder thing, or if it's just it's a mishearing of it and a printing of it kind of thing. Oh, we got us a 4. 3-1. It's not the point, but we did have $40 on it. So $40 gets paid $80, or we take us up to 115. Loving that. I feel like, what am I, McDonald's? Oh, I'm loving it. Something like that. All right, next roll, next power roll. We need a 5, a 10, a 12, any of those ones. Weird bounce. Oh, we got the 4 though. We got the 4. We got so lucky on that. You have no idea how lucky we got on that. All right, so $1.15 takes us to $3.29. Not that. That takes us to $3.29. If you work out the math, you know, $1.15 pays $2.30, and then when you do all the math, you'd be like, yeah, you know, adds up to $3.29, but I'm not gonna slowly do that. Just know that's what it comes out to. It does sound cooler when you say bet the world like that. Absolutely. All right, here we're rocking and rolling, getting ourselves set. I mean, we got $1, 126 there, 36 there, 329 there, and then max odds on the 8. We'd love any 4 or 8 right now. Any 4 or 8. We got the 4! We got the 4 back to back! Oh my God. Okay, so we're going to have to pay that out. We're going to have to pay that out. So 329. So we're going to pay this one of the easier ways, which is 3 of those. 3 of those. It's like, oh, that's done. And then we're going to pay 1 of those and 1 of those, right? Because that's easy. And then $8 on that one. Let's see, $8. So we'll make it this way. And then, in order to take it to 500, we'll have to pay the appropriate VIG. 500 is, what's 5% of 500? 10% of 500 is $25. So we're going to take it to 500. It's going to cost us $0.25. And then the rest of this stuff goes down here. Look at that. Remember, we were in for 600, and we've got 4 right there, plus all this other monies. So it's going good. It is going really good. If we were on a repeater table, we would have been paid on the 4 repeater, which is just 60 to 1 or something like that. So 60, 90, 80, maybe 60. Yeah, it's 50 or 60 to 1. All right, we want to see that 4 or 8. Weird throw. Weird throw resulted in a 7. So we're gonna, because we just died here, we'll answer Patrick's great question. So yeah, we just threw that 7 out. Hey, we got one fire point there, which is not bad. And we lost this other action here. Let's see how we're doing right now, and then we'll cover Patrick's question. And Kevin, this is not real money. I mean, I'm at home at my home table, so that goes away. But this is my money's here. When I do play for real money, it's just that I'm at home. You know, I can put real money on the table. I do have real casino chips here also, so if I want to use like some, MGM chips, Park MGM, or Venetian, or Paris, or Fountain Blue, or Harrah's, or more Fountain Blue. I got a lot of Fountain Blue. I get these ones so I can crack the middle thing out. So if I wanted to use real money chips, I could. It's just we're not in doing that at the moment. All right, so we've got we're gonna see just how much money we are up, and then we're gonna go for a more conservative game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We bought in for 6. What did we do in the land of profit? We're up 100, 200, 300. Let's see. 400. Right, that's 400. Let's see. Ooh, short. 406. 406. Which is not bad. 406. If we had taken that down, we'd be up 906, right? It's still not bad. So to be up that money, not just, and we get our money back, and then that was up cash money. So Patrick, if you're out there, how should you bet as a beginner? All right, so there's a lot of different ways that people bet. I'm gonna ask the question of Patrick and everybody. What's your style of play? As in, you like to bet big? Do you like to play long? Do you want to get started comfortably or something like that? You want to I'd love to play, but I don't want to have to bring all my money to the casino, what have you. So if you're going to play, real base, I would encourage start with 100, maybe $200. That's not how much money you're going to be betting at once. That's just how much money you'll have in the rack. So we're going to grab 200 worth, right? So that's, make sure that's 200 now. Typically, if you drop money on the table, you drop $200 on the table, they're going to give you 100 in quarters and 100 in nickels. Not always, but typically that's what they're going to do. Unless you request something special, that's typically what they're going to end up doing for you. Let's go find what is going to be the appropriate Patrick action. So we're buying in for 200. We got our action here. All right, boom, 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 boom. Turn all of our stuff off. All right. There is a super conservative system. Some people, and there's nothing wrong with that, some people will pick up the 6 and 8. All right, so let's say this is a $10 table, right? Which means the minimum wager on any point can be $10. Some people will do what's called a 64 across, which is 10, 20, 24, 10, 20, right? $10, $10, $12, $12, $10, $10. Or 10, 20, 30, 40, 52, 64. Some people will do that. Some will say, there's more ways to make a 6 and 8 than any of the other numbers, therefore I'll pick up the 6 and 8 for $12 each. And to answer the question I know that you're having there is, wait, why are these $10, but this one's $12, right? And the reasoning for that is $12 pays you $14, whereas $10 pays you $11. So it favors you to play these ones correctly, e.g. $12. And it's because every $6 pays 7 on the 6 and 8. Every $5 pays 7 on the 5 and 9. Every $5 pays 9 on the 4 and 10. So we'll go a super conservative route. You're going to pick up the 6 and 8, and you'll do a come bet, right? I'm not a big fan of it necessarily because I've got other things going on. But it's something you can do, and it's worth seeing. All right, so the point's off, and now we're gonna get some action. We're not the shooter. That's a key part. We're gonna pretend we're not the shooter, so we're not gonna have any pass line action. So just gonna throw the dice. We're gonna see. Well, that bounced weird, and it came 7 out, which doesn't affect us because we don't have any pass line action. If we had $10 in the pass line, we would just make $10 there. All right, we throw, and we got us another 7. My God. All right, so if you want to get paid on action like that, you can throw like $3 in and hop the red, as it's called. But that was a weird throw, but we're going to accept that. That throw resulted in us getting a 6. If you didn't have pass line action, it's okay to leave your bet here on the 6 because that's you playing with it. There's no sense in going and adding yourself a pass line bet after that puck turns on. Because the moment you do that, this one gets paid 1-1, and then you get paid odds. It's just not better, so you're better off just doing that. If you do want to play with the point in that way, you can rest it on the line, and then it no longer pays 1-1, and instead will pay, the 6 pays 7 kind of thing. But we're not going to do pass lines. We are going to throw a come bet out there. A come bet gets paid on any 7-11, which kills those, and it loses on any 2, 3, or 12. And any number we throw, it moves over to and becomes a contract. So we throw the dice. That was a weird throw. That throw was a 7. So we just lost $24. However, because we got that come bet, well, we actually in the end only ended up losing $14. So that's not so bad. It sucks a little bit, but it's not so bad. All right, so we're gonna come back in again. You're gonna pick up the 6 and 8 because you're not the shooter yet. You're be like, man, when's the dice gonna get to me and I can shoot? Right? That's the question you're asking yourself. There we go. There we go, and there we go. All right. And if this is making sense to you, Patrick, or not making sense, feel free to be like, I don't get what you're talking about. All right, so we lost that die. Are you close enough to reach? You're not. And it actually came 12 all day. So we're going to grab some new dice. So when your dice fly off the table, if you don't explicitly yell out, same die, at which point they'll say, same die requested. If you don't yell that, they will bring out the dice and make you pick new dice. In some cases, and typically 2 new dice. We're going to grab these two 6s and 6s. Because our point's 6. We want to get paid on that 6. All right. Oh my God. All right, but that fell hard 6 too. That one fell within reach, so that was fine. Earlier, when I was setting up this other light over here, that one, I found 7 dice on the floor. All right, so we'll go. Dice go out. There we go. We threw a 6. 6 is good times. All right, so what's going to happen here is, Patrick, your $12 here is going to get paid $14. So you have a choice here, Patrick. What you can do is you can say, oh, thank you, sir. Please pay me $14. There you go. Or you can say, press it 1 unit, please. At which point, they will take $6 from this and then make it look like 18. Or you could say, full press. At which point, they'll give you $2. And then your original $10 or $12 wager becomes $24. So in this case, we're going to go power press, at least for that one part. The point is off. The 6 has been made. Our first fire there. Point is off. There we go. Blah, blah, blah. All right, picking up our dice. And the come out roll is the 6. 3-3, the hard 6. Well, that's not bad. These dice are more hot than otherwise. All right, because we threw the hard 6, we're like, you know what? Again, this is for Patrick and many people as well. Oh, we're going to throw Hardways? Cool. Give me $1 on the Hardways. So we're going to throw $1 on each. The 3-3, the 4-4, the 2-2, the 5-5. Some people will take the money when they win those. Some people will press it. We throw a hard 6, we press it, it goes to $10. We throw another hard 6, suddenly that $1 turned into $100. And you do it one more time, and you're like, what the? You just paid me, $1,000? And it's like, yeah, that's not bad times. All right, we threw us a 9er because that doesn't affect any of our hardways, so just be clear on that. But because Patrick is only playing the 6 and 8, again, not a bad thing, there's no action on that 9. And we forgot to put our combat out, so it doesn't move at that point. So we're going to put a combat out and see how this journey goes. All right, so we're going like that. And we throw. Whew. All right, that part sucks. We threw a 2. And a 2 kills the combat. Like, oh, man. Like, what the? Let's see. You rolled 7 of the 4 last round. Oh, did I roll 7 4s in the last round, Rainy girl? Damn. All right, so we're going to pick these up, and we still have to combat it out again. We threw us a yo. Okay, what's cool about that is the yo pays the combat. So, doesn't move anywhere, and that helps make up for that 2 we threw. And speaking of 2s that we threw, there's our 2. All right, we've got these ones. We're going to be like, let's get that hard 6. Weird throw. Super weird throw, but we came soft 6. All right, so we're going to remove this one. And the point is now off. We don't get a second fire on it because fire is for each established point. However, we're getting paid. So every 6 gets paid 7, which means we get paid $28. Or 24 gets paid 28. Is my math right on that? I always forget how that happens to be, right? Every, what is it? 12 gets paid 14. Yeah, 24 gets paid 28. There we go. Yeah, that's right. All right, so in that case, you'd be like, you know what? I'm going to take it to $30, and I'm going to take the rest of that money down, right? And the rest of that money is going to be, you're taking $22 in the rack. And now you're on there for that amount of money. Because we threw that, that goes onto there. And it's, the point's off. We'll see what our next roll is going to be. Our next roll is a yo, which doesn't affect us. So it's we're going to pick up our hard 6, but not working. These are all off, you know, like that. A lot of places the hardways are off by default. Some places the hardways are on by default. So you get paid when it's on, but not paid when the number is off. That's a great point, Patrick. Yeah, unless you explicitly turn a bet on, you typically follow the puck. And there are certain conditions for dark side play and this and that can modify that. But otherwise, by default, all action is off except for action on the pass and don't pass. All right, we go and we throw. We threw us another yo. Damn, we are yoing it up over here. The fact we've only thrown a 2, 6, and 11. Oh, we threw that 9 also. The fact that we've only thrown those 4 numbers, that's crazy. That is crazy. All right, so Rainey says bet the world. So you're going to get that. Patrick is like, I'm going to pick up the world. And the world is 2, 3, 11, 12. 2, 3, 11, 12. And the 7. That's what the world is. That's a weird throw. But it came 7. But since everything's off, it doesn't affect us. And because the world also covers the 7, it doesn't affect us. So we're all good. Patrick loses no money. So John Paul says, I used to make money on the field. And I'll tell you that field is fire when the field is paying. I'm a big fan of good paying fields. But in this particular role, it's been like 6. Mostly 6, right? So it's been we would have been losing often on that field. We threw us another 7, which affects nothing. It affects nothing for us. And our world pushes. My lord. Well, we gotta let's get some real action here. Alright, we got a 10. Alright, our point is, we finally got a point established. Move that one away. There we go. Bring you over here. Come on. There you go. Alright. The point is now established. We lose our world bet. That's fine. Point is on 10. Point is on 10. And this can be one of those, you can play it or not. So, Rainey, the field is mathematically not favorable to the players. However, if you got a guy that keeps throwing field numbers, take it. I mean, that's all I can say about that. All right. We only have action on the 6 and the 8. We also have this comeback we had from before that we're going to put max odds on, and we're going to give ourselves a new comeback. And we threw us a 5, so new comeback goes there. Max odds on that is going to be $40 or 4 times. And then we get a new field bet. Sorry, new comeback. That would have lost on the field bet, just so that we're all clear. All right. And that was a 5. There we go. We're going to see. Maybe we are going to roll 4, right? Let's see here. No, we rolled 7. So now if you had bet 10, a bet on the 10 and it lands as a 10, you get paid because it's on. Yes, Patrick. 100%. In this case, we lose everywhere except for this come bet. But that's hardly a consolation prize. So now we lose here. You know, it's we lose all these things, which is expensive. We're gonna see how much action remember you started with $200, and man, you're like, man, I have not been a shooter yet, but suddenly I got $76. Like, what happened? Because that's a real question to ask. So because you just took it on the chin pretty hard, Patrick, you're gonna be like, screw this, I'm going dark. So you're gonna play the dark side for this round. $10 on the don't pass. We're gonna make sure you have max odds for it behind, which is $60. That'll be your max odds. And to protect you, we're gonna give you a full protection. Your goal is for a point to be established. So you're gonna do what's called the 7, 11, 12. Hop the 7, 11, 12, and you're left with $1. So right now you're hopping the 7 with the 11, 12. Any 7 or 11 will pay you $11, or you'll make $1 here. Any 12 will pay you $26, which is not bad. Your questions are great, Patrick. That's the best part. Is it's hard to get to ask these questions live at a table, you know, unless someone, like, I'm always willing to, like, hey, yeah, I'll tell you what's up, right? There's some people who are very, you know, it's crazy, and there's a lot of money in play at a table. And so we're going to pick up these dice, we're going to throw, and we threw us a hard 8, which I love. I love any 8 when I'm playing the dark side. Or in this case, Patrick's playing the dark side. So came full. So I'm going to ask you the question, Patrick. You're playing the don't pass with max odds of $60 behind. The question is, what number will make you win? What number will make you win? And as a side question, what number will make you lose? So you go ahead, you feel free to say, you know, whichever happens to be. So we're going to pick these things up when we're a dark side shooter here. So the goal is to keep dice in your possession with other players at the table. Time of possession is money. It's absolutely true, Rainy Girl. All right, so we have our dice set. We're going to pick them up. We're going to throw. And what did we throw here? We threw us a 7. It came 4-3. So what's going to happen now is we have $50 here. We'll replace this one with the green chips just to make it look easier. Come on. Yeah, just put you down. So we have $60 there. And so how we pay this is they'll go and they'll pick up, they'll typically do this. They'll pick up your red chips, put $50 there, and put that down, and then pay 1-to-1. So that one pays 6 to 5. For every 6 units, you get paid 5. So $60 pays you 50. And this pays 1-to-1, so, you know, $10 pays 10. So what happens here is you had $76 a second ago, and now you've got $126. Suddenly, you are almost back in the money. You're like, oh, man. So you're like, you know what? We're going to try that again. And we are going to try that again. We're going to do this for $15, and we'll do this for 90 action behind. For that kind of wager, we're going to get some change. Get our those change there. Let's see. For we would need to do $2 because $2 plays 22. So $2 action is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So $10. I'm not going to break it out, but it's a 7, 11, 12 for that. You know, that's the basically how it works, right? And we pick up our dice. Any 7, 11, or 12. It looks good to us. We got us a 3. Shema! Alright, we got us a 3 here. I mean, remember, our point is off here. We technically lose this, but we get paid here. So, look at that. We get paid $15 there. And then we take $10 to cover it. We actually just made a nickel. And I'm going to be back in 1 second, or a few more seconds than that, and we'll continue this roll. Talk amongst yourselves. I just have to go run and take care of something for my wife. Why? I'm back! I don't know if I lost many of you. Alright, so what happened there is Winter wanted chocolate, so I went and got Winter some chocolate. Alright, so I want to stress a point you made there, Patrick. You said there's so many rules, it's hard to keep track of it. That's the best thing about this. You see all these things you can do, right? You don't need to understand anything. All you need to understand is your bet. That's the only thing that matters. Don't worry about all the things going on. I know that if I bet $10 on the 4, I'm going to get paid 18 bucks. That's all you need to know. So that way, when I'm going to give you 18 bucks, so great, I'm going to take 18 bucks, Just know your bet, and that's all that kind of matters. All right, we don't have a point established yet. We're still at 15 on the pass line. We're going to pick up these dice-a-roonies, and we throw. That's a super weird bounce. But that bounce came hard 10. Came 5, 5. Come on, there you go. We didn't have that one, but we do have that one. All right, so I'm gonna clue you into what I typically will do in the case of a 10. That's so big. Normally, and statistically you're supposed to, go max odds. A lot of people, they love it, oh my God, yeah, right? And I'm gonna drop my $90 behind, right? Boom. But statistically, the 40% of the time on a 4 or 10, the next roll will be 4 or 10. Because we've got some extra $1 here, we're gonna hop the 10 for 10 bucks. We're hopping. If the 6-4 comes out, we get paid 15 to 1. If the 5-5 comes out, we get paid 30 to 1. That's what's happening right now. So if we throw a 10, boom. If we happen to throw a 7, yeah, okay, we lose that 10 bucks and we get paid here with no odds. And that's fine because it pays 1 to 2. So our 90 bucks odds is only going to pay 45. So we actually want it to come 5-5 right now. That would be the best thing in the world. It came 6. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Where's our 6? There's our 6. Okay. Came 4-2. We lose this 10 bucks here. And sometimes I will stagger my odds up a little bit. But Patrick says all in. Nothing wrong with that. All in with that money there, and you got 21 bucks behind. You're playing number 6, 8, and 5 and the Hardway. Ain't nothing wrong with that, right? I don't know what that player from lower first means, Frederick. You'll have to let me know what that means if you so want to. All right, so our point is 10. We threw us a 3. We already have that 3 before. That was a weird bounce, too. That's okay. All right, so we're going to pick that up. Go like that. Throw. We threw us a 4, a 3-1. We were hopping with 3-1s before. My God. All right, so 4. Boop, 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 boop. We would love a 2 or a 5 right now as we try to accomplish that all tall small. Weird throw went to the side. And that came, it came 11. Man, we are hitting all these things all over the place. But right now, the only number Patrick cares about is a 7. Because that's the only number that's going to pay Patrick right now. That was a weird, weird, weird throw. And it came 3-1 or 4 again. I know the moment, when the dice leave my hands or they bounce, or I know if it's something is good or bad for me. And sometimes I get lucky, but there's some nasty that can occur. Like that throw itself was okay. And mind you, that throw was a 7. So we're getting paid. Patrick's getting paid. All right, so Patrick's getting paid money here. So $90 gets paid 45. So that much 25, 35, 45, and then 15 there. So Patrick's getting paid those $1 We're gonna do a bank check on how Patrick is doing right now. That's 100. That is $176. So Patrick was down to $76 2 bad shooters ago, right? I was both bad shooters. But now you're only down $24. You're like, this is not going bad. Like, yeah. And now the question is, which will give you that option, Patrick. Do you want to play dark side again? Or do you want to try to go back on the light side? You're like, we've got to come back. This is a mega shooter. We're going to do this. Whichever you pick. Grab a new dice. We're going to see. Patrick, you're going to pick the dice. We're going to set these dice up. We're going to grab like a 1 there. We're going to grab a 2. And we're going to grab a 3. And we're going to grab a 4. There's our 4. We're going to grab a 5. And we're going to grab a 6. And you're going to pick which of those 2 dice we're going to use as our dice. Because you're the shooter here. So we're going light side. Perfect. Can I explain the pass and don't pass? Yeah, so the don't pass, which is what you were just playing there, is you were betting that you won't make the point. So that's why 7 is the only number that wins on a don't pass situation after the point is on. Pass line is only the number. You know, if the number were an 8, you're only going to win on an 8 on that pass line and lose on a 7. That becomes the only number. So you want the 3 and the 6. All right, perfect. Those dice go over there. And let's see, which ones are these today? These ones are non-branded. And what about this one here? This one is from Mandalay Bay. Let's see, come on. Can you see it there? I think you can see. There we go. All right, we've got our Mandalay Bay dice. You are going to be a light side. You are the shooter. So, Patrick, you're going to tell me what die is, what pip, you know, what number is going to be on the top and what number is going to be facing me on the purple one and on the red one, because you're the shooter now, Patrick. All right, you've got all this action here. You're going to tell me what kind of action you want to put out there. We're going to put you your $10 pass line bet, though. And, yeah, you go ahead, say what you want it to be, and we're going to rock and roll and see how Patrick does live. Especially after you tell me what pips on the dice. I put a lot of math into the choice of what orientation of dice and things go, and the results tend to speak very widely for themselves. There's a couple of things that some people will play, and I'll talk it through. There's this thing called the Flying V. That's a bet that a throw some people will make. It's called the Flying V. Some people will do something that's called the Hardway set. And there's various forms of our Hardway set. You can go 4s and 5s. I'll often do that. Some people will do, and it's basically saying, hey, I'm picking things that if they come hard and what have you. 3 dice and maybe the 6-8. Okay, well, let's take a look at that. 3. 3. So we can give you 3 with the 6-2 facing us if you want. So we'll go 3-6 and 3-2. Because I mean, we obviously can't make an 8, you know. But that's establishing our 8. So we'll start with that. Again, let us know any. Oh, you're saying maybe the 6 and 8. We're going to go Flying V for you with the 6-2, and we'll grab you the 6 and 8. Not working on the come out, but it'll be out there, you know, so that way you don't have to go and put that action out, mid roll at that point. Another point I'll make on that is sometimes putting your bets out there before the dice roll, make it so you're not sitting there waiting for a slow dealer to go and put your wagers out there. All right, so you got the 3-3. We're going Flying V with a 6-2. All right, you started out with a yo. Yo, yo, yo. Come on. There we go. All right, so what's going to happen here? There's our yo. We're getting that. And we're going to get paid on the pass line. So you're already making $1 bucks. $10 there. And bring us back. Okay, we are going 3, 6, and 3, 2. Flying V. All right, let's see how Patrick does on this one. I mean, we haven't established a point yet, but it's good times. Weird throw, super weird throw, but it came 7. Doesn't affect that because it's off, but pays $10 there. However, the all tall small does follow the 7, so that yo disappears now. It's not a bad thing, it's a true thing. So we get paid because We got paid because it was a 7 or an 11, Patrick. So in this particular case, yeah, you got paid because it was a 7, and then because it was the 11, then you got paid because it was a 7. All right, dice set, we're going to get this in the proper way. And the proper way came 6. Look at that. Okay. So there's a fun thing here. The point is now on 6. Pull our 6 down. Sometimes people will leave their action there. If you are the shooter, take your action down. What you do is you take your $12 down, and odds are every 5 units. So you take your $12 down, you get $2 back. And then you put the $10 behind. And that, because then that $10, so this $10 will pay $12. It's like, wait, you tell me 12 over here pays 14. Yeah, but over here, $10 pays 12. You know, so it's in your favor. You can put up to $50 behind here, or up to 5 times per unit. But in this case, we're just going to take that money down. So, any other wagers you want on here, Patrick? The 4, 5, the 9, 10, anything like that? You let me know, and by the time you tell me, I mean, I'm going to roll the dice, but whatever you tell me, based upon audio delay, it will be that wager. All right, we're setting ourselves up. We are 3-6, and we are 3-2. All right, let's see it. Ooh. All right, 7 out. But, you know what? At least you only cost yourself 10, 20, $32. At least you only cost yourself $32 on that. And honestly, you made back $20 on that 7-Eleven. All right, I missed it, Patrick. Oh, I missed making you lose an extra $30 there. That's fine. All right, dice come around again. This time, Patrick's like, you know what? I'm not going to repeat that. I'm coming back, and I'm coming back strong. That's the way to do it. I believe in you. And we're going to get your 4, 9, and 10 out because you totally want your 4, 9, and 10 out for the future. All right, so what you have here is 10, 20, 30, 40, 54 action. So if you throw the 5 on the come out, then you'll actually be 50. You'll be proper action across. And you still have $100 behind here. That actually raises an interesting point that I want to share with you. We'll get some new dice here. Pick 3 colors. You've got green, blue, purple, and red to choose from. So a lot of you may not know this, but craps is a verbal contract game, which is to say, Rainy's sitting over there on the side, you know, just shuffling some chips in her hand. And, you know, the player has the dice out and what have you. They're getting ready to throw. And Rainy's like, hard 4 for a nickel. She could say hard 4 for a nickel. And then suddenly, that is a contract at that point. Because they can see the chips. And they say, we're going to book that. You don't have to throw the chips out there. They don't have to place it. So long as they say bet. You know, they contractually obligate it. Then you're good. You want red? What's the other color there, Rainy? So long as you have the money to back up your wager. What's good about that is if you said hard 4 and then you got the hard 4, you get paid. If you say hard 4 and we immediately 7 out, you have to give that money away because you contractually obligated to it, you know. This game's about good faith, you know. So we're going to go red and purple. No, red and green. We're going Christmas colors. We're going to go red and green because it's slightly delayed. And I smell really good food. More red. Now we're going to go red and green because I picked them up that way. All right. We've got our appropriate action there. And if Rainy has a wager she'd like to make, I'm assuming it's a she. It doesn't matter. We'll see how it is. And we throw. That's a weird throw. Not everything about that throw is wrong. It became 10. 6 and 4. Let's see. 10, 10, 10. 10 on. There we go. 10 on. So what will commonly happen here, Patrick, is they'll say, do you want to move your bet? And you'd be like, yeah, move it to the 5. Right? That's what you're doing. And they say, you want to get odds over here? Like, yeah, I want to get odds. I'll do $25 odds, right? You max odds on this is $30. But you're like, I want to keep this $75 in my hand, right? Throw the dice in the backboard. Now, Mercedes, you mean like hard? Like hard at it? Or Let's see. Rainey wants a hard 10, so let's go. Rainey's going hardcore on a quarter hard 10. Rainey's like, I'm all in. Let's do this. All right, so we pick up our dice, we throw, and we got us a 9er. So what's going to happen here? 9. There we go. We got 9 here. Is your $10 is going to get paid $14. Number there, number there. So in this case, unless you tell me otherwise, Patrick, we're going to press at 1 unit. You say, yeah, press at 1 unit. $10 goes to 15, and then you drop 9 in the rack. And that you're going to give yourself max odds now because the money on the table paid for that, basically. And then we pick up our dice, we get ready to throw, and we throw. We threw us an 8. Okay, loving everything about that 8. You tell me, Patrick, max press or 1 unit? So you're about to get paid $14 Renos. Number that. So you're going to tell me it's going to be max press or, what was it, the 8 I said? 8? Yeah, you're going to tell me max press or 1 unit. So whichever one it happens to be, that's what we're going to do there. We're going to kind of leave that money there as a way of you determining which it's going to be. Max press. All right, then now your 8 is $24. Can't go wrong there. Because that money's on the table, right? That's free money. Different and weirdish throw that resulted in the 10. Bum, bum, bum. But it came soft, so Rainey loses that quarter. So what's going to happen here? That goes off. That goes off. 10's already over there. Fire bet. There. Somebody named Patrick is getting paid $1. So you're getting paid, everyone gets paid 2. 1 and 2. Everyone gets paid 2. 1 and 2. Everyone gets paid 1. 1 and 1. So you pick up all your big bucks here. And to be fair, yeah, this is actually big bucks here. Because that's 150. That is 175. That is 181. And you've got all this action out here. If you took all your money down right now, you'd be up. But you're like, oh man. Because, I mean, it's a good time to be. It's a good place to be. All right, puck's off. We hit our first fire. We've got the 8, 9, and 10. Right? That's crazy. Next 10 has odds. All right, we're going to throw. We throw 2. What that's going to happen is that's going to kill your pass line wager here. That's why we'll often pick up a world or something like that. So you lose that. Oh, wow, I need to grab my longer stick for that one. Come on, longer stick. But we got the 2 there. You're still shooting, so you need a pass line bet. Or a don't pass line bet. Or a don't pass and a pass line bet. That's something you can do. Not just crap, Rainy Girl. Craps. Nice call on that, Paulo. All right, we're going to go throw. Again, slightly weird throw. That time it came 12. We're losing the pass line again. If we had that world action, more money, and what have you, that's okay. All right, so for that, you're gonna be like, we're gonna pick up a horn bet, a $4 horn bet, which they'll typically do like this. Horn bets start at $4 and then go up from there. You can do a $5 horn bet, so whatever number you hit pays like 1.25 or whatever happens to be. You can do it, but it's best to do it in increments of 4. Right? 2, then 12, Paul. Isn't that crazy? All right, so we go. That was a super weird bounce. That's okay, though. The point is now 9, which we already hit before. We're missing the yo for the all tall small. Let's see here. We lose this $4. Whatever. $4. You're going to take that money to the 10 because you can. And you're going to give yourself max odds behind. We need some change on that. So max odds on this is $40. 10 times 4 equals 40 because math, right? Should you bet more on the pass line and do not pass or the number? They each have their different place. So you should always bet at least minimum. You can always add to your pass line bet. But if you want to make your odds bigger, then you increase your pass line bet. So in this case, if I wanted this to be bigger, but I would not put $40 in the pass line and $10 odds because, you get paid better on the odds because you get paid 1-to-1 on the pass line. Paulo wants a hard 8. Paulo is getting a $100 hard 8 because Paulo is Paulo. Let's see here. We're setting our dices up. Rocking and rolling. Ooh, 7 out. Ouch. Ugh! Let's see. And in the end, let's take a look here. Your action right now is 117. That's how much you've got. Now, let's talk this through a little bit. Again, we're doing this in the lens of Patrick, right? Patrick, you've been shooting at this table. You've been playing at this table for an hour. You walked into this game with $200, right? You tossed $200 down on the table. And you could have taken profit if you took all your money down, but again, we're hopping, we're shooting, we're doing good, right? But still, you got more than half your money available at your disposal, and that is not bad. And yes, we lose it all because of laying down on a 7. Now, fun fact, Patrick. Let's say some guy comes up to the table and throws a bunch of money down, or spills their drink, or you got some guy like, or whatever happens to be, and he shows up at the table at the other end, and you're like, oh crap, I don't feel good about this at all. What you can say to the dealers is you can say, turn me off. And I don't have any off buttons, do I? And what they'll do is they'll place a little button. I'll use this like buy one. We'll use this one upside down. They'll have all of your action out there, and they'll place this on one of those things, and it'll say off. And suddenly, it's as though this puck had turned off. Your wagers don't count. So if the next roll was, the 8, which you had like $24 on, you don't get paid on that 8. But if the next roll was, I don't know, like a 7, your action, you don't lose on. And then you go like, I'm gonna take my money down. Give me my money back. I turn off a lot. Because we got people, crazy people doing stupid stuff at the table. Guys coming in, it's a hot roll, there's money everywhere, and the guy comes and drops a whole bunch of money on the table. Or we get dice out, those dice stayed in. And it came 7, right? So those kind of things can happen. If you're feeling extra saucy, right? So we're going to make the 0.9 here for a moment. You're feeling extra saucy, you're like, oh man, not only do I want my bets off, you know what? Let's lay the 9. We're going to lay the point, which means we're going to bet against the point for $75. So you drop him 77. He's going to lay it. And right now we're in action. Point's 9. We go and we throw. And that's a 4. We're going to see what happens here. We're going to see if you end up winning some, $1 here. Came a hard 8. Yeah, not a bad thing. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Game hard 8, and then we have a situation where the dice went out, and they're like, oh, new dice. And new dice, or dice out, new dice and dice out often result in 7. Just like that. 5 and 2. Because you paid the VIG already, that $2 VIG, which we're going to just pick up, you're going to, because you laid that 9, every 3 gets paid 2. So they're going to give you $50 for your $75 lay. And suddenly, you felt like, man, this table is garbage. And I think it's going to be bad. And now you've got $1.65. Like, whoa, what the hell? That happened there. That's a real thing that just happened seconds ago. Because, hey, I'm glad it actually worked out in the case of how it would be. And we can be like, you know what? We're going to do one last bastion of play. We are going to bet against... I need some change here. We are going to bet against, because we think the table is now cold. So we are going to, need the full amount there. We are going to do $20 there. We're going to have our max odds there. And because we're doing the $20, we're going to do $4. 4 pays 40, now 3 pays 32. We're going to do $10 action. So you get $10 action on the 7-11-12. And you get $15 over there. So this is gonna be a hot, not hot shooter. All right. This is part of your. I think this table is cold. So I want to stress that. Here's the most important part of it. A cold table where nobody can make a point, everybody keeps losing. People run. Stay. That table, you can make a metric ton of money. A cold table, like an ice cold table, you can win more money than you can on the hottest tables in the world. So we're throwing. We threw a 7. we lose this. However, this pays us $22. So we actually make $2. That's what happened there. Go, we throw. We got us a yo. We lose this, but we get paid $2. Normally I would press it on every time, but in this case we're choosing to not. All right, because we hit a second one, we're gonna press it. So, all right, now it's $3 each. We threw another yo. Oh my God, we went 7 yo-yo. So we lose this like we did before, but now we're getting paid $33. So which means we're getting paid $13 because we're keeping that up. And we're gonna press it another nickel over here, nickel pressure, and we're making $8 there. All right, we throw. We got us a 9. Okay, beautiful. Hey, it stayed right where it was. 9, and the yo. There we go. Our point is 9, 999. You have $20 here, so you're gonna do $120 action, or 6 times the odds. Behind here, you've got what? $15, $22. $22 in the rack here. All right, we go. Pick up our dices. This obviously disappears. There we go. Pick up our dices. What you want now, as a don't player, is you want to see a 7. So you're like setting at 5-2, 4-3, you know, whatever happens to be. Dice out. What can I do? Right? Just nothing I can do. Like new dice requested. So we'll grab that 6 one here. I mean, if you're gonna be dark, you may as well be dark, you know. We got us a hard 10. Can't go wrong with that. Kill this one there because that was not the one we used. There we go. All right. Pick up our things. Pick up our numbers. We got us a 5. All right, so here's a fun thing. Do you know why the 5 is scary? When the point is a 9? I'm going to show you why the 5 is scary when the point is a 9. We're going to pick that up. You see? 5-1. Sorry, 4-1. If you fully rotate it, it is 6-3, right? Which is 9. So if we would have done another half rotation, we would have made the point and lost that action there. Paulo thinks midnight. We're going to see. You think midnight? I think 6-1. 6-1! Yeah. All right, so here's what's happened here. We lose. Well, Patrick doesn't lose because Patrick has max odds here. All right, so every 3 gets paid 2. Right? So we're gonna break that down in ways so that you're able to kind of visualize it. You know what I mean? So 75 gets paid 50. 30 gets paid 20. And 15 gets paid 10. And obviously 20 gets paid 20, right? It's because it's 1-to-1. They don't normally do it that way, but I'm just kind of showing you a way to visualize it. And if we had all, because on this one, every 3 gets paid 2, right? So now Patrick's like, man, this table is just sucking right now. I'm going to go eat. That's not a bad thing to do, you know. But how did you do? 100, 50, 75, 200, 25, 40, 50, 62. Patrick is suddenly up $62 and like, I'm going to go get me a steak or whatever, right? That's what you can do. Because, I mean, that happened, right? We saw that happen. That's a real thing that happens, you know. If you're gonna leave a cold table, leave because you're going to get some steak, you know, or you're gonna go get something to eat, or you go play some slots or something like that. But don't leave because the table's cold. Get paid because the table's cold. You know, what you want to do is you want to play trends. You want to, and trends, you know, people who keep making points are gonna keep making points. Tables that are gonna suck constantly. That's $100 right there. So, I mean, hey, that's a fun times there, right? Best odds in the house craps. Odds or ads, Rob? I'm not sure what that means. All right, so it's almost time to eat because food is being made downstairs. Any other last questions and stuff like that? I'm gonna clean up some of these chips and questions and thoughts and this and that while I clean up chips and, you know, talk to y'all. You guys let me know, because eventually I need to clean these things up. Let's see here. And I've got lots of chips. All over the place I've got lots of chips. Was this helpful? I'll ask that. For new players, established players, etc., you know, I do test out systems every now and then. And what I mean by that is I'll have an idea like, oh, I'm going to do this thing. And I'll be like, yeah, but should I do that thing with money? And I'm able to be like, oh, yeah. Or sometimes, no, God, no. No, do not put real money on that crazy system. Like if you were here for the opposite system, for example, that was crazy town. It was nice to see that it didn't work, right? I will take any system that at least I'm able to see. And it can be fun. And that's just where you hop the opposite of whatever the point is. So I'd be hopping the 5 all the time or something. Let's see here. Stake with them. Yeah, stake with... Now I'll mention something. Depending upon the casino you're playing at, places that give you comps versus ones that like only have it as points and stuff like that, you can be like, hey, can I get some comps? And then use those comps to go get yourself a stake. That's actually the more preferred route. So I'll have a lot of action going and be like, yeah, let me get some comp. I'm going to go get a steak or what have you. And then go off and have a steak, you know, on the house. Not all, what are those people called? Not all the people are going to necessarily give you good comp for your play. In my case, in my local casino, I have to have my wife just go and ask a host to give me money, and then I get it that way. Rob, it is a nice table, absolutely. Oh, I got this off Etsy. There's a guy who custom made this, you know, threw our branding on it and stuff like that. Back when we were called Big Jackpot Winter, you know, before we changed to Big Win Winter. But the whole thing was like $2-3 grand shipped to my driveway. And I say driveway because they left it in the driveway, and I had to have a buddy of mine come over and help me get into the house and into this upstairs room, because we are way upstairs, and it's big, but it's a really nice table. Let's see here. I'll say sandwich time. It's not a sandwich, but it's gonna be good, whatever it happens to be. But yeah, any other questions and thoughts, concerns? I'll show you guys any type of know your dice. Get your dice, some dice from like a Monopoly set, or you know, good dice, whatever it is, because all dice are oriented the same way. Whatever number you have here, you will have the inverse number on the other side. So 2 is inverse 5, 1 is inverse 6, 4 is inverse 3. So you should be able to do minimal rotations to get your dice set. So if I have these dice right here and I said, I would like it to be 12, right? Making sure, yeah, I'd like this to be 12. I already have a 6 there. I can then do a single rotation and now it's 12. So it's 6, 2, 6, 2. If I were to I just they send the dice to me and it looks like it's 4, 2 here. And I say, oh, I want to go flying V, right? I know flying V is single rotation here. And I know I need to do a half rotation because it's 4 on top and I need a 3. So I go half rotation, boom, I'm flying V. That was 3 turns to accomplish what I wanted to. I don't know. I mean, shipping is really what's going to kill you most, Rob, of anything. But it's worth checking. I mean, there's lots of different folks. And, you know, if you want to shoot us a message, I can send you whoever the guy was. I mean, I wonder if I can actually go check. I'm going to see. I'm going to see if I can log into Etsy. I'll go and take a look at the guy's store real quick and drop a link in the chat. Because I can. Your account, purchases and reviews. Let's go check it out. Custom order from Hitman Custom Tables. Oh my god! Yeah, I'm going to drop this in the chat. Here's a chat. Let me use the master chat. Go check that out right now. Who was that? Go check that out, Rob. He's got custom tables, $1,600, $1,500, you know, $2,000. I mean, he's got I like that baccarat table. Let me go check that out. That is I might actually get that baccarat table for $1,250 at some point. But yeah, he's got a lot of different tables there. Again, all reasonable. You know, so let's say you get a $2,000 table, you pay, you know, $1,500 in shipping or $800 in shipping or whatever it is. It comes out to $2-3 grand. It's not so bad. Again, depending upon where it's getting shipped to and from, because it's shipped freight. All right, we're gonna test one more. We came 5-2, and what we want to do is we want to make this a yo set. So for that, we're gonna do 2 there, which we know the other side's a 5. So we're gonna actually do this, and then single turn, and suddenly we're a yo set. 6-5, 5-6, which we're gonna throw. We came hard 10. That's actually not bad. All right, so any other questions? I hope you guys appreciate it. You know, definitely like, subscribe, follow, all that jazz. Hit us up on the Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, Kick, TikTok, YouTube, my other channel on YouTube, whatever it happens to be. Because we currently make effectively $0. Oh my God, that link did not paste to YouTube. Of all the places, it didn't paste to YouTube. What the? All right, let me go. Oh, no, it went to that. It's just going to go to one of the YouTube channels. That's fine. All right, so I'm going to wrap it up and go eat some food. But I'm glad you guys enjoyed the time here. And catch you guys on the next one. Let us know if you want to do some of these things. Thanks for joining, Rob and others.